Hello, and welcome to Scene Rambles. If you're new here, buckle up or get out. If you're not new here, then you may already know that I haven't uploaded to my From the Sky playlist since March. I was uploading pretty consistently to this playlist because I'm in the sky a lot, and I have actually still been spending time in the sky, but I did this thing that I do sometimes, which I'm pretty sure there's a name for but can't remember. Comment if you know. Where I get really inspired to make a thing of something and then subsequently overwhelm myself with unreasonable expectations of how to execute the thing. Something about perfectionism and lack of discipline. Anyway, I was feeling lots of feels coming into March. Refer to cryptic Instagram post on March 8th if you want. And doing lots of things too. But I'd say the reason why I stopped uploading was more because of the other thing than that. So, more on the other thing. My From the Sky playlist started out as something of an experiment and something of a non committal active habit, which turned into something of a work/commuting quasi routine. Of course, I got feedback on it to the effect of maybe if you added more music or more meaningful audio, the videos would perform better, be more engaging, have more value, and such and so forth. To which I gave a wit of consideration to because I was having a dandy time with it. And I guess that's my process. Maybe I was avoiding turning it into more of a project or defining an objective because I knew I'd do the thing whereby resolving to make something nice or better would give me pressure, aka self imposed stress. IMO, it was already nice. Very nice? No. But just nice? Yes, subject to interpretation. However, trust the process, y'all. Trust the process. My last upload to the From the Sky playlist was a set of 3 videos. The set was the result of a spontaneous journey, and the vibes led me to putting in the description of the second video. I think I'm gonna try actually get better at these. Yes, there's a typo. Per the laws of chaotic and detail-oriented scene, the typo will be staying. Before I define better, let's take a small detour down memory lane. I don't know if that phrase actually makes sense here, but basically this is a segue to me doing a softer transition into setting expectations for Scene Rambles by rambling. Also because I'm really trying to somehow say enough words to fill the length of this video. More on that later. Back when I was an engineering student that had experienced flying as a broke, long-distance girlfriend in a toxic dynamic, I had seen this comedy bit where the gist was that flying is a modern miracle as a rebuttal to disgruntled passengers. It really hit me. It was definitely like, oh, been personally attacked, but before that meme came into existence. It stuck with me as such an insight that I was really confident that the bit was by Trevor Noah because that aligned with how I interpret his branding of being a dude from a developing nation reminding developed kids how entitled and ungrateful we are. It was actually Louis C.K. It took me a solid half hour of Google foo to find it because I was so overconfident it was Trevor Noah and was using him as part of my search terms. It was also kind of wild since Louis C.K. was canceled between then and now, but credit where credit is due, I guess. Let's not fall down a rabbit hole. I'll link the video in description. But basically, flying has definitely been somewhat formative to me, and I truly feel sometimes that sitting on a plane, looking out the window, is one of the most amazing things ever. The From the Sky playlist was kind of a meditation on this perspective. I do have some recurring thoughts when I look out the window to share, but a lot of times I have unique thoughts about the views and the context of being in that seat that I want to capture. For example, in this specific video, I considered not recording, but I did because it was really exciting and rare that I was traveling with my husband and we got to sit together. A lot of the time we traveled to each other, but not with each other. Recording was a way of savoring this instance of togetherness. It may seem a futile endeavor to you, but to me it is not. I find solace in the illusion that I can remember things, and there's a restorative element to recollection without obligation. I mean, I guess maybe I'm creating an obligation to my future self to retain memories, but this obligation is in stark contrast to the burden I have felt in the past to retain memories. I've come to realize that with enough time, the guilt of having forgotten is outweighed by the gratitude of having had the privilege to experience. Now, let us define better. What is a better life? What is a better memory? What is a better time? Psych, I don't have a PhD and we do not care. I had started trying to upload videos within close proximity to when I actually recorded them and to include details that would prompt me or provide an indication of what I was thinking when I recorded the video. But I realized that I wanted to do more, and so better is me doing more. I'm not here for your entertainment. I'm just out here existing, and maybe we can notice each other existing, or maybe not.
Flight attendants, please.
So that's a wrap on part 1 of 3 in this first set of videos kicking off Steen Rambles. In parts 2 and 3 of this set, I'll talk about things I did between then and the next videos, try to provide more context, try to be more coherent, you know, just all the trying to be better. Wow, you made it to the end. Thanks so much for listening. If you're still here, I'm too lazy to do all the other things I had planned and to make this more polished, but appreciate you taking the time to hang with me and hope you'll be here for the next one. All right, bye.